Hi everyone, it's Courtney from the Colorado Wolf and Wildlife Center. Today I'm in here with our two puppies. A lot of you asked on my last wolf blog in the comments how the puppies were doing since you didn't know what size they were and you remember seeing them when they were much smaller. Well, they are 7 months old as of on the 14th of December. Issa here is probably 75 pounds, and his brother Raksha a bit bigger, about 75 to 80 pounds. So they have grown very rapidly. They are Arctic wolf puppies, so if they are in the wild, they would have to grow rapidly to fit their environment because they wouldn't survive without. So we are going to answer that most popular question on my Syncland Wolf blog, and that was from Jennifer Peters. She did ask to learn more about the pack structure. She said that we had mentioned alphas, betas, and omegas, so we are going to do what y'all wanted and answer that question. So we'll start off with the alphas. So in the wild of wolf pack, the two alphas, it's going to be an alpha female and an alpha male. They're actually the parents of the pack. So they breed once a year. They're the only ones allowed to breed, and their litter is going to be usually from 2 to 6 puppies, on average 4 to 6. Hi, puppy. And that's going to make up their entire wolf pack. A wolf pack usually averaging about 8 to 10 wolves. So like I was saying, the parents of the pack are the two alphas, and they're the only ones that are going to be allowed to breed. So when you are going home to your family, even if you're an adult, you probably usually still consider your parents the alphas of that household. You're their child. And so that's just like how a wolf pack is. Usually they're not challenged too much for that position because the siblings, the sons and the daughters, they're all going to respect their parents. Now, if they do want to become an alpha, they're usually just going to leave that wolf pack, and they are allowed to leave. Puppies. The alphas are showing the other wolves where they're going to move to, where they're going to hunt. They're in charge of all of that. They're not necessarily going to be the biggest wolf. They are going to have the biggest personality because they're going to have to control that entire wolf pack. Next, you're going to have the betas. Now, the betas are usually the biggest wolf because their job is to protect their parents, the alpha female and the alpha male. Now, with them being so big, they usually are going to be the ones to fight another wolf pack off or fight any of the wolves in the their own wolf pack, just to establish that they are second rank. Now, if their parents were to die, they are going to become the alphas of that. They will become the alphas of that pack. So sometimes the betas are also going to be allowed to breed. That's very, very rare. Usually wolves know not to inbreed, but there are times when if their numbers are really low, they're going to do that. It's not always necessarily going to lead to a sick animal. It can happen. They have hide right now, and they're playing with the hide. Next, you're going to have subordinates. Now, subordinates are going to be just your siblings, your aunts, and your uncles, since each year that alpha female and alpha male are having more pups, so they're all going to be related. Now, they can have various jobs. They're kind of the middle class of the pack. They'll do different things. They'll be the caretaker. They'll, take care of puppies. They'll take care of the alpha female when she is pregnant, since she cannot go out and do a dangerous hunt. Many positions. They're kind of the ones that are going to be able to beat up on the lower rank, which is the omega, but they're also going to be kind of dominated by the betas and the alphas. So they're kind of the ones that don't have a very specific role. They're also going to help with hunting and stuff like that. So that's what the subordinates are going to do, just kind of whatever needs to be done for that wolf pack. Now, another specific role is the omega, the very bottom of the totem pole. An omega wolf can be a male or a female. Sometimes there's a male omega and a female omega, and their job is to be the peacekeeper of the pack. Now, the way they're being the peacekeeper is actually throwing their body in between fights, so they are going to get beat up. Not only are they throwing their body in between fights to stop it, and that's how they're getting beat up, they're also getting beat up by subordinates, alphas and betas. It's kind of just their job. They're getting picked on. Play can turn too rough, and that's how they're getting picked on, or if they just kind of need something to beat up, like a little punching bag. Now, you do eat in the order of your hierarchy, so of course you're going to have alpha female, alpha male. They're going to eat, then your betas, then your subordinates, and then your omegas. And unfortunately, wolves are not very good at hunting like we think they are. They usually get their hunt about 20% of the time, maybe a little over that. So if they don't take down a big enough animal, they're actually not going to eat. The omegas will not eat. They can get really tired of that, and so they can leave the pack. So once again, with any of the wolves in the pack, they're allowed to leave to go start their own wolf pack. Super good for the omega wolf because literally it's like going from the very bottom of the company all the way to the CEO. Super awesome for them, but it also allows them to leave, go to another location, and spread the genetic diversity of wolves. so wolves are not always fighting to get away from these positions or fighting for these positions. A lot of people think that alphas actually fight to get to the very top spot. That's not true. Most of the time, it's just going to be that parent. We have a lot of commotion here at the center right now. But anyways, usually the alphas are set positions. They mate for life. They're going to keep breeding into their own pack, and it's just going to be other wolves that are leaving to make their own. Now, there will be fighting within the pack, so omegas can fight their way up to be subordinate, so they'll stop getting picked on, but for the most part, they're just going to leave. So there is a lot of interchanging, but like I said, for the most part, it is just that really socialized. It's just for the most part. So like I was saying, for the most part, there's not going to be a lot of that fighting. Now, though, you have to remember, the wolf pack is a family. It's a family unit. It's a strong family unit, especially when your parents are sticking together for life. They're very, very social animals, and they have deep bonds with each other. They love each other. They take care of their pups. Pups, when they come into that season, what's going to end up, when they're born into that season, what's going to end up happening is the alpha male actually will feed the pups before he feeds anyone else. He's going to do that until they're about 7 to 8 months old. Now, pups are the priority. Wolves absolutely love pups. They'll rescue pups from another pack if they have been orphaned. And once they hit 7 to 8 months old, they're now considered adolescents, and that's when they're going to start hunting with their parents and their siblings and their aunts and their uncles. They've been learning how to do this the entire time. They watch their family. They're very playful with them, their siblings. It's okay, Issa. And so, like I said, with pups, they're not going to just be left out in the cold. Now, sometimes, absolutely, if one's sick, they're going to leave it. But definitely don't think that those wolves don't feel or mourn for that one particular pup if they end up losing it. Because, unfortunately, about 50% of the time, pups are going to die of illness or they have gotten killed by other animals. So just a little recap, like we were saying, we have your alpha female, alpha male, then your betas, then your subordinates, and then your omegas. So I hope this was really helpful for y'all. Thank you, Jennifer, for the great question. We also hope that Joshua, the little 6-year-old that was wondering how parents care for their pups, got his questions answered. We hope you enjoyed this wolf vlog, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.